Testing. Pete, do I have you? Peter? That is going to be a problem, Pete, that I can't hear you. Try it now, Pete. I ain't going to work. Go ahead. Start the intro, Pete. We'll start with the intro. Bam, show.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
We are go for launch.
We are go for launch.
3, 2, 1. Ignition. We have liftoff.
Pete, do I have you now? Damn it. Peter, can you hear me?
1, 2. Are you there? No.
Peter.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, Pete, what I'm going to have to tell
5,
you
6.
is this. Pete, if give me the thumbs up for now, Pete, if you can hear me.
Yeah, everybody can hear you in the chat room.
All right, we're going to go like that for now. Welcome to the Rad Show. It's your boy Mike coming to you live. It is Saturday night, and we are super excited to have you all here with us for a special occasion because we hit the 500 mark this week. That means Peter is going to do a special giveaway at the end of the show, so stick around for your chance to win that special FMS Smasher. Now, obviously, we do have a great guest. If you are following Instagram, you know who Turks and Jerps is. I'm super excited to be able to get to meet this guy and know a little bit more about the man behind the powerful Instagram page that is Turks and Jerps. But no show starts out without the proper introduction. My name is Mike. I am the owner, operator, CEO of Carryallrc, home of the RC Bug Out Bag. We are at headquarters tonight, and like every Saturday night, it is a two-man tag team show here with my brother from another. Peter, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Good to be back. And yeah, you said it best. 500, man. What a milestone for the Rad Show. We've been turning and burning, you know, uh, trying to get to this 500 mark. And, we approached it. And Mike and I want to thank all the followers, all the vendors, all the companies, everybody that supported us on this journey. Thank you. I know 500 in the YouTube world is, not a million, but we're getting there. And, like we've been mentioning in each week, we were doing an FCX, but FMS gave us an update and they figured why not send something more current. So at the end of the show, basically what we're going to do is the giveaway is a white FMS Smasher. So I think that's a pretty cool giveaway. And based on YouTube settings, the people that are going to be qualified for this contest are people that have their profile set to public. I'll say that again. If your profile in YouTube is not set to public and it's private, I will not be able to see that you're subscribed. So that's on the YouTube side. That's not on the Rad Show side. So at the end of the show, I'll do a random number generator, and I'll pick a number and I'll share my screen. And until we get a hit, Mike, that's who's going to win the FMS Smasher. So thank you to the fans. It's been a great journey. I remember when Mike and I used to go live on Facebook, it was crashing and trying to find a signal in the house, and we've come a long way. So thank you. I see a lot of comments. People in the chat room here. We got our return customer Jeff, Papa Shorty RC, J Teams RC. What's up, buddy? Scott, Gems Hobbies. People are coming in. Scott, how you doing? Thank you guys for joining live. And as far as sponsors go, each week we like to thank our sponsors that help, give us content throughout the week. Carryallrc, Treal Hobby, CowRc, Crazy Crawler Foams, Powerhobby 2.4 Designs, Crazy Crawler Colt, RC Misfits, Scale Rat, Venture RC, RC Prorack, FMS, Race Place Hobbies, Remote Control Hobbies Orlando, and Bobby's RC Garages. So, Mike, what a week we crossed. I think we're at like 502 or 503. So, what a milestone for us right around the year anniversary. We deployed software, got our 500. We're looking good, man.
Yeah, and I know it was a big boost this week. We hit a surge of followers. Thank you to the guest tonight. We can't thank him enough. It was that little boost that we needed. He's got a great following. We're super excited for the opportunity to chat with him in a few minutes. Make sure you stick around. Like every rad show, couple of RC addicted dads. Dads come at you with a little bit of dad humor once in a while. So this week's dad joke, I had to dig deep for this one, Pete. Let's get things going with a little bit of humor and a good laugh. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
How?
Anybody out there, how do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince. Not Prince, as pronunciated Prince. The Fresh Prince. Prints. Yeah, that is some good dad humor for you, people. Yeah, we're excited. And I'm super glad the timing worked out very well. We are going to piggyback, and I don't even think our man knows this tonight. I'm going to blindside Mr. Turks and Jerps tonight. He got himself the new FMS drop this week. He has the K5
Nice.
Blazer. So ironically, it was kind of perfect timing to get him lined up here. Carryall has been communicating with FMS throughout the week, and they definitely got some things in the pipeline. It's going to be an exciting year, as we predicted, for FMS on all platforms, from the 18th to the 24th to the 10th. FMS continues to keep bringing cool stuff, and it looks like they did. From what I've seen from Turks and Jerps K5, it looks solid. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear a couple words on that from him. Just it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely nice square body. Considering on how many FMS mic we have, be interested to hear a little bit about this one.
We were excited to get out. When this one dropped, I was super excited to be able to get this. The whole reason that Turks and Jerps got nominated for the Who's Who in the RC world, that little segment of our show, was basically what he did with this truck, being able to primer it, and with the wood bed liner that he did. This guy has got some mad skills, super freaking talented.
Yeah, and even going to I've been following his page for a long time, and
Right.
Just looking at his Instagram, his content is just top notch. I mean, it's
backyard with his scale crawling course and all. But we'll give him every opportunity to come on and talk all about that. We want to remind everybody to leave the blue lights on, people. April is Autism Awareness Month. We have our friends and family and loved ones out there, everybody that knows what it's like to love someone on the spectrum. Leave the blue light on in support of autism, please. It is the month of April, but remember, every month of the year, every day of the year, people that are gifted and blessed with somebody on the spectrum, it is full-time, 365 days a year. It's not just April. Yes, April is the month of show awareness, but please remember it all year long. always be patient. You have no idea who you are coming in contact with out there on a daily. Remember, people are dealing with real world problems every day, and just keep your boundaries and keep your wits about you. You never know who you are dealing with, and be patient with people. It's that simple. So leave the blue light on, support of autism. We'll leave it at that. Pete, you got good control of the comments tonight as they keep rolling in. We will throw them up on the screen. People, we encourage you, like, comment, and share throughout the entire show. Throw up your comments for our guests. We will get to the comments. We will get to your questions. This is an interactive hour hanging out with us, so please participate. Peter, earlier in the show, I did go into the banners. I did update Richard's name. So when we go to bring him on, we are going to do this together. Did you see his name over there, Pete, under the banners?
Yeah.
I pulled out Matt Higgins. We have him ready. Richard, you're up, sir. We're going to bring you on now as we switch our overlays over to the three-man show. Boom, boom. And we are going to add him to the stream like so. All right, you got control of that, Pete. I'm going back over to the brand. I'm going to remove the old overlay. That will make a difference. Hide that. Bam. Okay, Pete. Why is that one not? Oh, center stage. And I'm going to take him and slide him there. There you go. Richard, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Fantastic. Welcome to the Radrcahow Saturday night live stream. You might not be familiar with this show. I'm sure, I don't know if you follow a bunch of bums like us on a Saturday night. You are probably way too busy to watch YouTube when you are on the grind. I'm telling you, the YouTube side and the Instagram side, I don't know when you have time to do anything else. You are a busy, busy man. And let me also bring up your backyard. Your little playground micro area that you built is freaking impressive. So let's let you do a formal introduction, sir. I know you don't like the spotlight, and I know you are not real excited. Well, we'll say you are excited, but we're going to give you the opportunity to show us the man behind the Instagram page and introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, where do I begin? I'm up pretty late for a Saturday night. I'd already be in bed usually.
Where are you located already? Where are you out of? Let's start with that.
Northeast Ohio.
Northeast Ohio. So you're telling us that you're usually in bed by 8 p.m. in Northeast Ohio on a Saturday night? Okay.
Yeah, maybe 8:30.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, early riser.
Now, you do seem to keep a low profile as far as a personal presence and a personal page goes, but you were comfortable letting us introduce you as Mr. Richard Lutz, and you do prefer Richard, correct?
Yeah, that's the name they gave me.
That's the name they gave you. On the barcode, you was stamped with the barcode Richard. Fair enough. Richard, from Northeast Ohio, how long have you been in this RC world of ours?
I think 15 years, probably. Yeah.
Okay, we're
in
like
RC,
right
like hobby grade,
Hobby.
and then scale RC, maybe like 13 or so. So
Okay.
It didn't take long to get into scale stuff.
Well, Richard, when you came to the RC hobby, when you were searching for this world and you got suckered up and snatched up by it, what was your initial, what was the gateway drug? What was it? Nitro? Was it Go Fast? What brought you to RC cars?
It was like Basher. It was an Emax.
Emax, okay.
3905, I think it was, the waterproof one when that came out.
100%.
Yeah. So and then the Slash came out like 6 months later, and I had one of those, and then And then I
Like,
found about slow stuff, and then I like that a lot better.
don't they multiply very quickly?
Yeah. I thought it was crazy that I had like 2 or 3 at a time.
Seriously, I
Now I
remember
have a
that
whole room.
moment. I would be in these, back in the day before the Facebook part was huge. It was a lot of forums, the Traxxas forums, and all the people in their signatures would write Bandit, T-Max, Slash. They had like this list of all the trucks that they had. And here I am with one car. I had a T-Max Nitro. And I was thinking these guys were out of their mind. Why do you need 6 RC cars? Well, you learn very quickly. They multiply fast.
Because they're always broken.
Well, or we are upgrading and modifying and working on them. The first T-Max that I purchased was used. Got it on Craigslist, and I brought it home, stripped the thing down, basically rebuild it to stock, and then after build it to stock, I wanted to upgrade it, would make it my own. And before you knew it, I'm 3-4 months into this thing, never drove the thing. And a buddy tells me, he's like, you know what, you should buy a second one. That way you'd have one to work on and one to drive. And I'm like, really? 2 RC cars? It's like, no way. But I did it. So I bought an identical T-Max Nitro just so I could have one to work on and one to drive. And then before you know it, I was getting introduced to electric. And that first moment when I saw that first scale Jeep truck that looked real, I'm like, oh boy, now I'm hooked. This is what I want. So do you want to disclose, like, how many, what do you have on the wall behind you there? Is it more crawlers today than Go Fast?
Oh, yeah, this is everything in this room is scale stuff.
Scale stuff now. Okay.
Yeah. I have a couple, like, basher types, like a X-Max and a Haas and something else, but I can't remember. I keep those in another room. I like to keep them away from the other guys.
Peter and
I have more fun with those. I mean, it's fun to act goofy and crash and stuff.
That's the moment that you can let off some steam and just, squeeze the trigger and have some fun. Let them rip.
It's funny. It's funny you say that. So well, Mike knows this. So somebody gave me a vintage Stampede. Just gave it to me. They were like, yo, you want this? I don't know if it works. It's so old, Richard, that it has the pull-up antenna.
Easy,
But,
Pete. Yeah. This is what we grew up on. I don't want to get beat.
So today, I just basically did what you said. I just let it loose on the front lawn. It was kind of like drizzling, and I'm like, I'm going to rip this thing. Sometimes it's fun just to do that, just to let it. And then the tire came off and went down the street, So, yeah, they make them different now. If you go 25 feet, it loses signal. And then it starts going wonky, So they make radios a little different now.
Yeah, the world of 2.4 gigahertz changed everything. So, Richard, obviously now that you are fully submerged into the world of scale, you obviously have a very huge social media presence on Instagram, and the Instagram tag that you use is called Turks and Jerps. There has got to be some backdoor twisted humor here. Please tell us what the heck that means.
It's just we started using it like on the Scale Builders Guild forum, and it was just our way of being derpy, like calling trucks Turks and Jeeps Jerps, and I thought that would be a good username. My forum username on all the forums is Pardon My Noob, which I also thought was funny. So, because I figured eventually I'd get good at trucks, and so it'd be funny that people would call me noob when I was okay at making trucks, and I'd be in it a while. So I guess I had some foresight to think that I could build a couple good things.
There
That'd
is
be
no
funny.
question that you have some skills when it comes to building on all aspects, from your painting to your own vision. But you also come with a lot of humor. You're, using this Turks and Jerps and watching the Scale Builders Guild forum and page. There is an awful lot of jabs and humor. You guys come and make the hobby very fun. It is, sometimes there is a lot of inside jokes built into it, a little bit over our heads sometimes, but obviously it's important for people to take notice of how much fun you're having.
Yeah. Oh, there's no need to be serious in this hobby. I mean, that's what real life is for. So, yeah, I don't.
I You
You know,
don't take yourself real
I have to
seriously.
be a grown up all day long, so I don't want to talk about my hobby and be like serious and
Serious about it. No, I love that you can be humble and just really have a good time, and throw those zingers and make people laugh.
yeah, thanks. They say I have dry humor.
Dry humor. Okay. Some even a thinking man's humor at some point. You gotta. I appreciate where the jokes are going sometimes, and yeah, we can call it a dry thinking man's humor. Uh, so you definitely have a very cool backyard. If you're not following your Instagram page, now I'm not a big YouTube person. Do you spend a lot of time on your YouTube channel showing what went into building this little what do we call it? A crawling
It's
course? Is that the simplest terms?
uh
Or
I
was
don't
it
like
for photos? Was that it makes really
I'm gonna
sick?
get on my soapbox if you don't
Okay.
mind. I don't use the word crawler too much. That's just a personal thing. I don't know. I just call it's called Smiggin's Folly. There's a long story behind that too. We could get into, but yeah, I call it Smiggin's Folly. The proprietor is named Pappy Smiggin, and his son, Creepy Uncle Albert. They live there, and yeah, I call it just like my backyard garden or like miniature forest. I probably have like 150 trees planted, um, as well as other plants and stuff. It's a fully living. It's at this point, it's almost like a micro climate because the trees surrounding it, they shade it so well that it stays wetter in there longer, and then the moss can grow and stuff. So it's like it's separate from the backyard. It's in its own little world.
Can you
If that,
disclose like how big we're talking about here? Is there a square footage that just for a
uh,
reference?
probably 500 to 600 square feet. It's
Okay.
not that big. It's not huge. If you watch my videos on YouTube,
Yes.
which is Turks and Jerps as well, that's my handle. But it's just all trick photography. I can sometimes you'll see I'm driving the same line twice in a row. I just move the camera and I go up and then I go down the same thing, but you can't really tell because it's just a shift. So yeah, it's all visual trickery.
You
I'm a
can
fraud.
almost
I'm
make, yeah,
sorry.
a lot of smoke and mirrors a lot of times in this hobby. And I often tell people, do not get yourself wrapped up about getting jealous over others and what other people are doing, because they are often inserting words and misleading. Trick photography is setting people off this wrong path, and like, don't be jealous of what other people are doing. You have no idea what angles people are using and not misleading, but making things look more than what it is. So just actually sit back and enjoy what you're doing. If it's a what you want to call trick photography and moving camera angles around, so what? It's making good video and great content. So basically this was done, Richard, for great photography, making great
Yeah.
content. It's not really what I would call a gate course where you would be setting up to try and comp on this. This is a super scale, almost little village, and it comes with
Yeah.
a backstory. Who are Smiggins and Albert and all this?
Okay. Well, I'll start there. I see there's a comment from
Is it
Cybart Custom.
okay?
Is it a bonsai garden? No, because bonsai, I believe, translates to potted tree. So they are not in pots. They are all in the ground. So I guess technically they're not bonsai.
But
and I don't
technically,
really
these
practice
are,
any bonsai tricks. So.
but they can all continue to grow, and you do need to
Yeah.
keep them shaped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be
Okay.
doing that soon, probably the next couple weeks after they get their spring growth. I'll just cut all that off. So that'll be, and I have videos of that stuff too on my YouTube. Of just like some maintenance stuff and whatever.
I love it.
So
that kind of
this
DIY
point-
behind the scenes is important.
yeah. So like, I guess half my people that follow or whatever like the garden, and then the other half like trucks, and then some like both. So it's cool to see the meeting of the two worlds.
Here's a question that came up that I'm sharing about making teeny stuff look bigger in real life. Do you have any camera tricks, or are you talking about photography? Like,
Well, if you want to look bigger, just wear a smaller shirt. That's what I do. The best way to make smaller stuff look big and realer. It's all in the picture you take. Just pretend you're a little man. Pretend you're a man that's 8 inches tall, taking a picture, so you don't want the camera too high or too low. And yeah, just all about the perspective.
Richard, one of the tips that I got from somebody was they said, visualize yourself standing next to a real life car about your eye level next to a real life car. And that was kind of a gauge for getting your camera angle at that height, like what you would look like standing next to a real car. And that tip really stuck with me. I was like, all right, I'll get down at that angle. And some of the greatest photos I've ever seen are watching the people behind the scenes on their belly, push up, prone position, getting down and taking them shots. You got to work for a good photo once in a while and get dirty.
Yeah. It was easier 10 years ago. Now it hurts more.
Right. We don't get up and down like we used to.
Yeah, get down, getting up's the harder part.
Isn't that the truth? So, Richard, all year long, I guess, being in the Northeast, weather is an issue. Sometimes it's going to be bitterly cold and snow, so that does turn you off a little bit, being able to get out to that outdoor course. Do you have anything inside that you do?
Nope.
No.
Nothing inside. Yeah, I try to keep the course going year round. I'll blow the snow just like with the leaf blower if it's not too deep, depending on, if it's like wet or dry snow. And I do snow videos, and yeah, I wanted it to be a place I could use year round and not have to go anywhere. And it's safe and legal, and I don't have to deal with any other living people.
So, Richard, obviously, social media, you were kind of the king. You've got a great presence, an awesome following, very interactive. Do you get boots on the ground at many events? Have you made the trip to Florida and rubbed elbows with anyone at USTE, for example?
I've rubbed their elbows at other places. I haven't been to USTE, but a lot of the fine folks that go there, I've met at other events. I've done a few. Used to go to the Team K and K1 here in Ohio. That was a pretty good event. And East Coast Scale Challenge in Pennsylvania. That was not too far from home. I went to Axial Fest once. That was like next level. That was cool in California. Yeah, that was really fun. That's about it. I've kind of stepped back from that. I've decided that I don't really like competitive driving. You know, you build the truck for months and then you get to drive it for 8 minutes and you're like nervous, and I never win. I like to build shiny trucks or rusty trucks that look good and not so much as I hate Lexan. So I'm not going to be competitive ever. So,
but I think that's why I brought up USTE, for example.
Yeah,
I think that's something that you
if
would
they could
appreciate.
if they could move it somewhere closer.
Okay. Well, can we reword the question, Richard? Is there an event that we could expect to rub elbows with you this year? Would you make it back out west, maybe to Proline by the Fire, or maybe somewhere
That's
a little
on my
bit more
list.
local?
Yeah, that's on my list of somewhere I'd like to go.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't have any plans
Okay.
for any events this year. Lots going on.
No, you're a busy person. There is no question about that. Peter, you make sure you cut us off at any point if you get a good question that we need to interrupt there. Yeah, so we have a lot of, as a bunch of RC addicted dads here, we definitely are an older generation. I see people listen their ages and people can relate. We don't get up and down like we used to. Richard, have you ever seen the segment of this show before? It's called This and That. This is a chance for the people watching to get to know a different side of you. We're going to leave you up on your soapbox there and allow you to kind of tell us a bit more about you, but I'm going to give you an easy out here. I'm going to give you two choices, and you're just going to have to pick one. For example, Samsung or iPhone. You tell me which one you prefer, and we keep it moving. There is no wrong answer. Some people have tried to get creative in the past and slip some other answers in there. We can have fun with this. We wouldn't expect it any less, except we're going to have a little fun. Pete, can we get some a 1 minute time clock set and the Jeopardy music? Are you near that?
Yep.
Okay. Let's get the volume set on the Jeopardy music. Let's get ourselves ready. Oh, that's a good volume.
Is that good?
As long as Richard, you can hear the question over the music?
Yeah, I can hear. I haven't heard any questions yet, though.
Oh, well, no. Okay. I'm going to throw you a curveball here. All right.
Okay.
So, timer set. Out of the gate, Richard, do you prefer to call or text?
Text.
Out of the holiday season, do you prefer Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas.
If you had a choice between a 1/10 scale or 1/24 scale, what do you prefer?
1/9.
There we go. So, if you were traveling, would you prefer an airplane or a train?
Train. That'd be fun.
Okay. Would you rather go to the bar or go to church?
Neither.
Neither. Okay.
No.
Neither. Hey, that's what that N stands for. This, neither, that. So I'm glad you went with neither. PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Pizza or Chinese food?
Pizza. Every day.
Do you prefer a Lexan or a hard body?
You know the answer to that.
Okay, we're going to go with a big Lexan. People, pay attention. All right. A burger or a hot dog?
Oh, a burger.
Would you put ketchup or mustard on it?
Ketchup only.
Are you a Jeep guy or a truck guy?
Toyota.
Would you rather win the lottery or find your soulmate?
Found her, so time for the lottery.
And all these Valentine cards that slip in here. Their wives must be watching, Pete. We know the answer to this one too, but we're going to go with it. Would you prefer to build a flat rail Her flat rail or a C-channel truck?
C-channel with leaf springs.
So, okay. So you build for scale over performance. That was the next question. 1.9 or 1.55 tires?
Depends on the scale.
Okay.
1.9, I guess. Better options.
Would you rather snow or mud?
Mud.
Chicken or tuna?
Chicken.
Coke or Pepsi?
Neither.
Would you like to watch an action movie or a comedy?
Comedy.
Are you a cat or a dog person?
Cat. Proud father of 2.
A father of 2 cats? Okay. Are you more of a country boy or a city boy? I think we know the answer to this.
I guess city.
Really? All right. You
I
messed me
drive a
up there.
tractor, but I guess I'm more of a city.
More
guy.
city at heart. Okay. Guacamole or salsa?
Ugh. Neither.
Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Do you hunt or fish?
No.
No. Would you rather college football or NFL?
NFL, but I don't like sports.
Okay. UFO or Bigfoot?
UFO.
Crunchy peanut butter or smooth peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Would you play the air guitar or air drums?
Why not both?
I got a story on that. Wine or beer?
Neither.
Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
And Samsung or iPhone?
iPhone.
All right, Pete, you can wrap up that Jeopardy music. The man got a pass on that. So I've been practicing my air drums. We took my son out today shopping for a new bass guitar. Is it even a guitar at that point? Bass guitar? Still bass? Not an electric bass with this badass stack. The amp and the speaker on this thing. It took both of us to carry it up the steps. Impressive. We let this thing rip. So we've actually been having a lot more fun, kind of segueing away from the air stuff and actually kind of. Well, I'm far from musicians, but my son and I are jamming together. Do you play any instruments yourself?
No.
No. Okay. So in school, let's take ourselves back to high school. Did you always have a artistic side to you?
No. Well, I always built models and model railroads and stuff like forever. Like I've been building models for 30 some years. So yeah, but that like nobody knew about. Well, it wasn't a subject at school, but I did a lot of wood shop and stuff. So that was like about it for my artistry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
would you call yourself more self-taught then? I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
if let's do this a little bit of justice here. Richard, can you hold up something? Do you have maybe something within an arm's reach, a showpiece that you're proud of? Something that you put some time into, maybe a current project even?
I put that together.
Dude,
No,
just
let
call
me see.
I can't believe he just did that.
I built this truck.
Wow.
So it's scratch built.
Wow.
So
No, wait. How scratch built are we talking here? Oh,
It was a
good.
flat sheet of styrene when I started.
All right, I'm done. Holy crap, dude. Bro, man, good for you. Holy crap.
That's Uncle Albert. He lives.
Okay. So we're connecting
Yeah.
dots back here now. Albert
Yeah.
is a part of your backyard. So this is Uncle Albert.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Peter, did you see that?
That's
From a piece of styrene.
that's incredible.
So Richard, are you self-taught when it comes to working with styrene?
Yeah, like
I built
again,
this
we're
out of
all,
styrene. A box.
it looks like a
That's-
speaker box.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
extent of my styrene.
That's where I
Capabilities
started. I
right
built
there.
a cool. I built a jerry can. I built a gas can. That was the first thing I ever built.
Okay.
So if you can build a box, just go from there. Like, so we're all kind of self-taught because, you know, you got to start somewhere. So, yeah, you just work on your shapes. And by no means am I the best out there, but just build it up, shape it, and then you take it down.
Do you
But
mess
this
around
too.
with 3D printing at all, or have you?
Yeah. So some of the elements on that last truck were 3D printed. A couple things like the bumpers and stuff. But yeah, it's a good tool. You know, it's the way the world is going, so it's definitely helpful. And if you have to replicate parts, I mean, you design it once and
Yep.
let it work while you're sleeping or building something else.
So do you have multiple rooms in your house? This is not just your main workshop. Do you have another room
This-
for your equipment? And
Well, this
Like-
is also the bathroom.
oh,
Okay.
No, no, this is my truck room. This is the truck room, and yeah, I have like a little workshop in the basement where she can sew and whatever, and I can make a bunch of dust with styrene. So, and then garage. So I have like three.
Okay. 3 work areas.
Depends on what I'm doing. Metal work outside, dust and grinding stuff in the basement, and like the fine modeling goes on up here.
So would you think that a majority of your skills have developed since you've come to the RC world? Like, for example, I didn't know how to airbrush. Not that I'm saying I'm good at airbrushing today, but I would have never started using an airbrush if it wasn't for RC cars. Has the RC hobby made you develop and hone your skills and broaden your hobby? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you say metal work, how involved do you get with metal? Are you welding and TIGging and brazing and things like that?
Brazing and yeah, mostly brazing.
Okay.
I have a little MIG welder, but I don't really have a lot of metal work to show. I've built lots of stuff in the past, but this has some metal work on it. Really nothing crazy, but
No, impressive.
so this
Very
is also a heavily modified laser body, so some work was done to this.
What kind of body is that? Is that a body you scratch build also?
It started as a RC 4-wheel drive K5.
Okay.
And I turned it into a Suburban. It's too big to fit on screen here, but
No, it's perfect.
it's been
Wow.
bobbed. So this one's fun. This is probably my best driver. It does pretty well.
Very cool. So were you always a car guy or truck guy? Were you always an automotive fan? Like in real life and full scale? Do you have a background in them? Do you have a interest in full scale trucks or cars? Automotive.
I just like to play with Hot Wheels when I was a kid. Like nothing crazy. My dad had a show truck, like a old Chevy truck that we took to car shows. So I spent a lot of time as a kid at car shows, but never really like super into cars until I was a grown up. I like trucks.
Well, the reason I asked that question is to be a scale builder, it is important to understand what you're building to make it scale. Now, obviously, you can just take the easy way out and Google a year, a model, and kind of get photos for reference. But I'll tell you, some of the best scale builders I've seen have a real knowledge of real life automobiles. They can take a look at the front end of a truck and tell you the year, the make, the model. Like, what the heck? That's really impressive.
Yeah. I think I learned a lot about those type of things through researching for scale build. It's like, like certain details, grills and stuff. Yeah, I learned quite a bit. And then just like, it's like poring over the details. If you're scratch building, you're studying that vehicle, so you pick up on all of it. So
you're speaking a language like one of our local friends and one of this week's nominees. I didn't want to disclose it, but we will nominate the person right now. One of the segments of our show, there's a whole reason that you are even here today, Richard, is it got started on a segment of who's who in the RC community, meaning that there are, as big as your Instagram page is, there are still people locked inside their own Facebook and Instagram algorithms that are not getting outside of those walls and breaching that wall and discovering new people. So we thought through the comments and through this platform, we were saying, people, tell us who you're following that's dropping jaws and making waves and making things happen. This is where you come in, Richard. We nominated you, obviously, off of what you did earlier in that day with the Magnum. But Westmade is another person that we follow, and he's local to us. But he talks like
totally.
Wes studies the photos, and when he does a scratch build, he's got like an array of different photos from close-up, zoomed in, angles, different colors. Like, it's so important to build a portfolio of what you're trying to build, so you have good reference points. If you're gonna scratch build it, you better know what you're scratch building.
Yeah, he's next level. He's good.
That's impressive coming from you. I got a Hot Wheel today of my own, Pete. Can you see this? It's a Barbie Matchbox. Super scale. It goes in the scale garage. I took one look at this thing. It's like a scale Barbie motor home. I've never seen this before, but it was on the shelf in the box. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a perfect scale garage item right there. I didn't build this, but I bought it.
Oh, it's funny. People ask me, like, where do you get these little scale toys from? Like, when I have videos on Instagram on my garage, TGI Fridays. So, believe it or not, Disney makes these miniature toys. They're called Disney miniatures, and
yes, they do.
I keep taking them from my daughter. She's like, "Where's all my toys?" I said, "Go look in the garage."
And it's like winning the lottery, because you gotta get a pull out of it. You gotta crack it open. You get certain chances. I must have spent a fortune trying to hunt down the R2-D2 and the Disney one. So, Richard, can we get you to show off your K5? We know that you got an early look and an early release. There it is.
Wow.
What do you think, Richard? Can you take us on a little tour and any insight?
Yeah. So I changed the wheels and tires already.
What wheels are they?
eBay.
eBay brand. Okay.
Aluminum. Yeah. And these are like Endura mud tires. But besides that, I didn't change anything. So
I like the wheels on there. That's a sharp look. That aluminum look, they look great.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the same FCX as what the Power Wagon
The
was
Power Wagon.
underneath. Yeah.
So same platform.
Yeah, and it's got the lock diffs, opposed to the Smasher that has the open diffs.
So same platform.
Yeah.
That's the Power Wagon.
Yeah, so this body would go, it would snap right onto that
Wow.
with the, because it's.
That's the whole
They've gotten
system.
their money's worth out of that platform then. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's got the little thingy. So that's all standard, but the body.
What do you think? Pretty
It's a hard
realistic.
body.
Hard body.
Just
They
got to
made
get a
some-
body then, Mike.
Are the windows clear or are they tinted?
No, they're tin.
Okay.
So they made some liberties. They took some liberties with it. The fenders, they opened their wider open,
Okay.
to fit this, and so that they're a little oversized, but whatever. And it's smaller than the K10. The red and white one.
Right,
It's
yep.
smaller overall, so it doesn't share any.
Nothing
stuff with it.
shareable.
No.
Does the rear cap come off?
It comes off.
Oh, it
But-
does.
Yeah, but they put like a back wall
Okay.
where a Blazer wouldn't have that, so it kind of looks like a pickup when you take it off. but-
Yeah. Because I saw a roll bar option for it. I've seen
Yeah,
it
it
done
comes
with
with
a
that.
white. It does come with the roll bar.
Yeah. It
So
comes
We
the
have we have a
white-
question. We have a question that came
Yeah,
in.
please.
At Richard, would you say the wheelbase is a bit off? It seems like in videos I've seen, may need to be adjusted. I would make on it.
I wonder if that's what he's talking about with that open fender.
I'll snap it on here. Not really.
Yeah.
It's an optical illusion because it's lifted so high.
Yep.
Well, and it has short control arms that the wheelbase shortens. But when it's on, it's flat.
Squatted.
They're
Yep.
centered.
They're centered.
They're centered. Yeah. so
Did you change the size of the tires? Are they
they're bigger?
Those are
They're
a little
bigger.
bigger. Okay.
Yeah. So the smaller tires and the high ride, it makes it look off. But when it's squatting, they line up centered.
Okay.
So
No, why not? Looks cool.
Yeah.
Do you have your Magnum nearby? The
it's
primered
right
one?
here.
Reach, come on. The whole reason that this caught our attention, bro. Great job.
Wow.
Great job.
Wow. That's something.
So the wheels on that, are they were those 3D printed or resin printed? Is that a mod from someone that we know?
Yeah, they're 3D printed from Ampro
Ampro.
Ampro
Yep.
Engineering.
Yep.
I don't know if they're on his Shapeways yet. He sent me some like pre-production ones, but
Okay.
the pre-production I got were perfect. So hopefully he'll have them up soon. But yeah, it's got a little hubcap.
That
and he has a
changes
little
the whole
tool
look of that truck.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at mine
on the
above
purpose.
me, and it's like
Gorgeous.
a different truck.
Yeah, so the portals on here, they just widen the track width just enough to make it look a little tougher.
Fantastic.
And then I
This thing-
swapped in the FCX 2-speed as well,
Whoa.
so it
Oh,
rips.
it's a mod.
Thing's awesome. Yeah.
How about the bed?
Hopefully.
There it is. What did you
Wow.
do for the bed? And forgive me here, Richard. Would you tell us? Go back and watch your YouTube video. Is it that simple? Following you? Are you doing tutorials and DIY all the way along on your YouTube?
Yeah, on some stuff. It's a little bit of like everything. Just running
Okay.
vids, some reviews, some like building junk, and some how-tos like how to let me think here. Like filler and like glue and like some beginner, like just some things that maybe could have helped
Tips.
me way back when that I'm sharing.
Oh,
So
I gotta,
the YouTube
like to
isn't
show
showing us
off.
how you got to that bed. Can you tell us how you did that wood bed?
Yeah, it's just like hobby, like plywood or like
Balsa wood?
veneer. Yeah, it's like birch. It was birch though, like a
Okay,
thin,
real thin.
like 3-ply, I think. And I cut it into strips, and
Okay.
then this chrome is
Yep.
chrome duct tape, like actual duct tape.
Like a
And
foil
I put
tape
that down.
almost? Like
The
that.
foil, yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
foil tape. Wow.
So that's good for chrome on anything.
Holy crap.
So I put that down and just I stained the wood with rubbing alcohol and black India ink just to give it a little weathered look.
Aged look.
Yeah.
Did you see that truck painted that way? I like the motion there. Did you see that truck in that form somewhere before, or is that all out of your head?
Just out of my head. I mean, the red
Okay.
oxide primer is pretty,
Farm trucky.
ubiquitous kind of hot rod kind of old truck thing.
Yep. Okay.
So, and it was simpler because I just blasted red and that's it. I didn't have to weather it. I think it's good enough like this.
so we got a question
Yeah.
and also a history for you, Richard. Rob Gunnan, I'm not sure if Richard remembers, but I purchased an orange and black Tiger Stripe D90 pickup way back in the scale 4x4 RC Crawler forum days.
What?
Oh, okay. That
That's
was
Rob Gunning.
I built that. I think I painted that for a fella,
Rob Gunning.
and he must have bought it from him because I think his name was Ed. But anyway, I remember that.
Wow.
That was a very long time ago.
Well, I think that's a fair question. Is that something normal for you, Richard? Is your services for hire? Is that something you would normally do? I know Westmade is one that could be commissioned to, you want a specific body, you can commission him to do it. Is that how you're working also?
Yeah, but pretty infrequently.
Okay.
I don't have the attention span for
What are we doing?
knock it out like that. Yeah, where are we? But it's like Wes, he can just he hammers it out and it's perfect. And he's doing multiple things that he may not even be sharing. And then it's like I made 100 of these, and it's like it blows your mind. But yeah, so I have in the past, but I do it just a couple times a year. And if it's something interesting to me, if it's the same old thing, I just turn it down. I've built enough crew cab conversions that I probably never want to do that again.
And we got a question. Somebody knows your Speed Phoenix. Did the Speed Phoenix get a spot in the truck room?
It did. And then what did I do? I took the components or the parts off of it to build another truck, but it's shoved in the closet right now. That's the Phoenix that I crashed and I bent in half.
Wow. What'd you have in it?
It was the ready to run electronics out of the Haas, and it was just direct drive from the motor to the rear axle. So it only went about 50 something. The other guys got theirs going 70 or something, but
wow,
I didn't really put much effort into it.
This is
It was kind of like a piss take.
Matt and Josh were doing this thing also, right? Was this from them?
Yeah.
This was like a build off. Okay.
And then,
you're all sick, twisted brains out there coming up with this crazy stuff. I love it. And that's what keeps the hobby fresh and exciting. And I think some of the best advice you shared tonight is really, don't take it too serious. This needs to be a hobby and it should be fun. I I know you said you like to be, or you have to be a grown up during the day, but did you or can you disclose, what you do? What is your full time job? What is your serious side of you?
I'm a professional alligator wrestler.
Um, I don't know where to
No,
go with this stuff.
okay, this is true. I manage cemeteries.
Is it true or not? I'm just
Yeah,
tired of.
that is true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there an actual? There's got to be a better title to that. What is the official Trashman title?
Trash man.
Well, when they talk about Trashmen today, aren't they like waste management or they have all these fancy job titles to make it sound really exciting. There has to be something more than managed cemetery.
Oh, I'm not a trash man. I'm a grave digger.
Well, I know you're not a trash man. I was saying that as an example. Trash men don't walk around saying, they are, environmental.
If I was a trash man,
specialists.
if I was a trash man, I would say I'm a trash man.
Really? I mean, you got to own it. Okay.
Yeah. Because, I'm more than just a grave digger, but people ask, I say I dig graves.
So that's the tractor reference that you were making when you said you drive a tractor during the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, hey, I asked the question and I got the answer. So
eventually.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is the serious side of Richard Lutz, is digging holes during the day. And that gives you a little bit of creative time to, as you're digging a hole, you can let the wheels turn a little bit to come up with some of these fresh ideas. And there's a reason that these companies want to work with a social media page like yours. You're bringing fresh content, you're bringing creative content. So bravo and congratulations. I am a big fan of what you're doing, and we can really appreciate your level of work, bro. Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah, thinking about little trucks gets me through the day.
And
it's a very depressing day, so it's nice to think about trucks.
And that's what brings us all together, is because we can understand your language as twisted, and these funny names and creative words that you come up with. We are talking a similar language, in the fact that my wife might think that I'm having an affair most times because I'm stone cold silent all the time. And it's not because it has anything to do with another female. It's 99.9% of the time I'm thinking about what wheels are going to look good on the truck that's on my workbench. Yeah. And that's all it is in this stupid head of ours. So we can't go to a family dinner on Christmas and talk RC cars, but we can come to a show like this. We can go to an RC event. We can gather with like-minded people, and that's why we gravitate and we talk the same language.
Yeah. Funny thing, your wife, you're cheating, because I make googly eyes at like old trucks I see, I can spot a square body from 4 miles away. That's just on my radar.
Check out the headlights on that.
Yeah. So, and there she is.
And
there she is. Not square body trucks. That's
she's in the other. She's in the other room watching live.
I love it.
She knows. So, and there's a question of Bobby Lindquist. Yes. Are the whole 6 feet deep?
Bobby Rc Garage.
They're 5 feet deep. We only dig them 5 feet deep. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun
sometimes
facts.
7. Sometimes 7. Sometimes 5.
Big person.
Well, that's a fun fact right there. I did not know that.
But it depends on your state regulations and all that stuff and your company policy. But yeah, no 6-footers.
All right.
Oh, somebody, Crawler's Customs just looked it up. Mike, to answer your question.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Cemetery sexton is the official term.
He is a cemetery sexton.
Never heard.
You have a new title now, Richard.
Thank
cool,
you,
I'm
James.
gonna ask for a raise.
James Bailey to the rescue. Thank you, sir. Well, you want to be a smarty pants, we're going to leave you sit on. Since we're going overtime, we're going to let you sit here in the captain's seat, right on center stage for the segment of the show that we share fun facts. Did you know on Peter, do we have a, we don't have a, title for this one. We don't have a funny image to change up there. We could probably change this since people can identify. Let's do this. Let's throw up Saturday Night Live. Boom. So fun fact. Did you know on this day, April 15th, in 1912, was the sinking of the Titanic? And did you know on this day, in 1865, President Abe Lincoln was shot and killed? I didn't know that. And birthdays, Leonardo da Vinci, the artist, the engineer that is world famous, was born on this day in 1462. You thought we were old? That's going way back. Born this day is the comedian Seth Rogen in 1982. I know he's not a baseball fan. I know sports is going to bore you, but there is no reason that we cannot throw tribute to one Jackie Robinson, which broke the racial barrier in baseball. Today, he played his first Major League Baseball. That's a fun fact for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And the last thing we want to do is also give a moment of silence and a remembrance that this day, I didn't save the year. This was the day of the Boston Marathon bombing. That was a tragic day when they did that. But those are your fun facts on this day, April 15th. Did you know? So we can say smart stuff too. You may actually learn something here. You've been warned.
It was a pretty tragic day.
It was that bombing. The movie that they did was actually pretty good. Was it Mark Wahlberg? Do you know when they did the movie? I think it's Mark Wahlberg, if I'm not mistaken. Was who played the police officer?
I didn't even know they made a movie about it.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Patriots Day or something. I wanted to say it was called. But it was actually a really good movie of them hunting down those kids, and that whole scene that I remember when the guys were hiding in that boat in that guy's backyard, and they lit it up. The police officers blasted it with bullets and got the guy. But that is your fun facts for the day in April 15th in the year. So you come here, you've been warned, you might actually learn something. Well, we can't even call it useful, but keep it interesting, sir.
Then I probably forgot something else I knew.
What? Yeah.
If I learned something new, it pushed something else old out.
Well, and that happened with Homer Simpson. He is a prime example. Homer took a winemaking class, and then
He forgot how to drive.
He forgot how to drive. My man is a Simpsons fan.
I'm a huge Simpsons fan.
He gets it. It's good humor.
And that's one of the longest. That's a good trivia question when you're at a party. Like you ask, what's the longest running TV series? It's The Simpsons.
Homer took that winemaking class. He forgot how to drive, and Marge says, "No, Homer, it's because you were drunk." And it's a thinking man's humor, and it's good stuff. So if you learn something, something old goes out. Homer taught us that. So is there any parting words that you can leave the world of social media with? Is there anything you can leave an RC enthusiast with? Is there something you can tell us that what is exciting for 2023 in the world of Richard Lutz? What are you excited for?
In terms of
anything new, what can we expect new from you? Is there anything top secret classified on the workbench that you've got in the works?
A lot of stuff to finish. There's a Hilux that's going to be going on that old Tamiya high lift chassis.
Okay.
There. Yep. I bought that just to build something old and outdated. That's my mash again. that needs to be finished.
Is that the white one there? I'm catching
Yeah.
the bumper. Okay.
Yeah, those are like white fenders. I made like a wide body thing
Nice.
for it. I had lots of stuff. There's a dumpster there. Got to finish.
Is that out of styrene?
That's made out of wood.
Out of wood. Okay.
Yeah, MDF. And
You're
no
just
reason why. It's just
a
cheaper.
dumpster fire. Yep.
Yeah. And yeah.
How about
Lots of stuff.
I guess there's going to be more to see in the what I would encourage myself and everyone else to do is get over to your YouTube channel and follow
Yeah.
along.
Yeah. It'd be my Instagram is doing good. A lot of people enjoy it. YouTube, if you could just follow or subscribe or whatever it's called.
Yep.
I'm just having a real tough time with that. I've been at it since like I started in scale. Just it's not
So
really
a
catching
few
on,
years
but
now?
I regularly stuff. Yeah, like been like 13 years.
Wow. Okay. We're late to the party in this YouTube realm.
Yeah, I haven't really caught on, so you'll surpass me
It's
soon
not
enough.
easy. Hey, but your Instagram and your reels and your creative side does not go unnoticed. So you can, walk around proudly and know that you are making an impact and a difference in the RC hobby, sir. So all
Thanks.
we can leave you with is keep doing what you are doing. You are a true inspiration to many. And I can't thank you enough for helping
you.
us and sitting in here tonight for a little bit of your time. And thank your wife for sharing you
joining.
with us.
Yeah, and she stopped in and said hi. And
I love it.
like, share, subscribe, so I can quit my job and make videos.
Live off of that YouTube funds coming
won't
in.
that be something?
Help this man monetize and make it rich.
Yeah.
I
I love making videos for everybody, and it's just fun to share and teach people. So that's the best part.
I promise you this.
And thanks for having me on.
It was our pleasure, and I promise you this. I'm giving you my honest words. I will be sure to get over there right after the show's ends and subscribe to your YouTube channel. 100%. We owe you that. We will also put a link on our page here for people to find you easily over there on YouTube also. And you heard it here, people in the comment room and in the chat room. Get over there and subscribe to his YouTube channel, please.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Peter, that was fantastic. Dude, my jaw is still on the ground, bro. And you got to keep up. You got to keep your wits about you with him. When I was being dead serious. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I hit at the exact same time you did. Peter, I was being dead serious. If he had something that he could share with us within an arm's reach that he could maybe, show us. I was not expecting him to pick up a freaking, what was it, Legos that he slapped together? I made this.
Well, the best part was, what do you do for a living? And he says, I'm a professional alligator wrestler.
Like, bro, that's the kind of stuff. He took us to school. Like, he did not disappoint at all.
No, and like I said earlier, I've been following him for so long on Instagram.
Yep.
And watching the content. I never dotted the lines. And watching the content. Then the FMS drop. Very talented person, got a lot going on. Very skilled. And when he showed that truck that was built out of styrene, a scratch build, man, wow.
Build. I thought maybe he was from another country, but no, I did. I love bringing guests onto the show and giving people an opportunity, to sit in a hot seat across from us, but let other people that are joining us see this side of people. You know, I had no idea on this guy's backstory or where he was from. Like I learned so much new stuff tonight. My head's like spinning in circles, but he did it correctly. Self-deprecating, full of humor, on his toes, sending zingers every year. I'm still dodging the zingers. I like if you weren't on your toes, you were going to get slapped in the face with some humor. So bravo to him. Fantastic guest. Richard Lutz, Turks and Jerps. Lots of his humor still way over my head and way outside of my realm. But I am a big fan of what he's doing as a builder and his backyard scale area. Like inspiring for me to maybe relook at what I'm doing in my backyard. Maybe I might be looking for some real life shrubbery and kind of, I like the side of letting it kind of grow with us. And I got to look at it all over again because he's producing some solid content out of that area. Pete, what else do we need to get to tonight? If we're following
I know everybody's hanging out for the contest, but
all right,
so maybe we'll do scale mail / RC news. So let me just throw this up. So RC news, if you know, we saw Richard show his K5, FMS dropped that K5. Great release. Mike, when he said that the body snaps in, I mean, how many platforms do you and I have? I mean, if they have an option just to buy the body, I mean, I would just buy the body and the kit and swap out one of these FCXs. It looks like a cool body option. Definitely. Why buy another same? I mean, how many platforms do we? I mean, just buy the body. Just buy the body.
They got the money's worth out of that FCX 24 platform.
Yeah, no, they did a great job. I mean, that escalated on so many trucks, and you know, RC Car Action timed it perfectly with the release.
They did.
In the magazine.
They did.
Yes, that was a good drop. Perfect timing. Like the FMS released it, and then the magazine is in people's mailboxes already. So
good for them.
You know, good release on that.
On the published side, we're talking about RC Car Action can always keep up on the digital side. Their digital Facebook page, they do a great job. Their Instagram, they do a great job. But they actually nailed it on the printed published issue. They got the timing. So that means they must have had that thing 2 or 3 months ago in the works, getting photographed. And bravo to RC Car Action. Bravo.
Well, because we know how long it takes to get the content together, you know, and the articles and the pictures, and you know, so it takes time. But that was a great drop, great release.
Was it this issue? Was that?
Yeah.
I might even have it here. I think you held it up last week for us. It was towards the front. Yeah, here. Yeah. So RC Car Action slayed it. They got it right. And what Richard was talking about, that I was unaware of, Pete. Yeah, it does come with the roll bar look. Yeah. So you do have that option. You do have that option there with the roll bar look. And then
Jeremy Kilburn said it's a $65 body option.
$65 body option. There you go.
So maybe worth getting.
Half the price. I mean, yeah, because we got a whole bunch of these FCX 24 platforms around. It's an option. I'm definitely excited. Big things that keep coming from FMS, the Rock Hobby, the Easy RC, that whole little family over there at FMS continues to amuse us and keep us satisfied. Keep the appetite plenty. They keep satisfying the appetite with cool stuff. Sergeant Major knows.
Yeah, so as far as scale mail on my end, got some new toys in. Got some new servos in from Reef. You know, little late to the game, Raw 400 and the new 100 Raws.
Yes,
so these are good. And I got a $2.99 LP for the drag car. So I spent my day doing that. And we all need a new action figure. So this is from Jaws.
Oh, Jaws! Yes, I remember.
The detail on this guy, what is it, NCEA, the company that makes the highly. The detail on this is unreal. I mean,
Nika,
he's about 8 inches. Quint. Everybody needs a Quint. Um, so,
I love it.
and I gotta show those doors that I showed. Oh, this truck weighs 15 pounds. So talk about changing the look of a truck. I've had these doors for months, and it rained today, and I said, you know what, easy project. Let me just switch the doors. Yeah, it wasn't that easy. The whole interior had to be taken apart just to put
Take-
these doors on.
Get to the
But
hinge. Do
you
they
know,
swing open? Are they hinged?
oh
Are they
yeah,
open?
yeah, they open up.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, so
fantastic. Yep.
it's a different look.
Yep.
Some a look, but
I definitely am a big fan of that look, Pete. When you have an interior completely dialed in like that, it's a no-brainer. There's not a lot of trucks in my portfolio that
and look
I
at that,
could rock a door like that.
look at that box.
Oh yeah, we got
One
the
of the OGs.
Carryallrc box in there. Nah, got the interior dialed in nicely.
Oh, so yeah, that's
Is
all
that the
rainy.
is that the Boom Racing one? Is that what that
Yeah,
is? Is that
yeah, that was the PRX02.
the RX
Yeah, I
02?
bought the doors like when it came out, and I figured, hey, it's a rainy day, but man, what a project, man! I thought it would be simple, 4 screws. You had to take the whole thing apart today.
Sergeant Major, if you're still in the chat room, type in the comments, Jeremy, your YouTube channel. I don't know what Mr. At Ease RC's YouTube channel is, but he got the early release on the Boom Racing. I don't know what it
Series
was.
3.
The
Series.
Series 3. He did I think he was because of his win at USTE with the Boom Racing truck, winning the show and shine there with that boom truck. He was a part of the behind the scenes magic with Boom Racing and the marketing team on the release of that Series 3.
Nice.
And he put together a dope little YouTube video. So, Jeremy, please share that in the comments so people can get over to your YouTube channel. You put a lot of work into that. I want to make sure people can get over and see that. While Richard was on the show, we nominated Westmade. We will also make sure that Peter and I get into the comments. When we post this, Pete, we put a link to Westmade's page. If you are not familiar with what Westmade is doing, I know James Bailey from Color Customs is here. He can second this. I know out of the gate, Richard Lutz was a second. Boom, solid nomination. Peter, it was a great nod and a tribute to Wes for you to suggest him. And we all know Wes is killing it. Wes is a local guy to me here in Pennsylvania, a great, wholesome man, somebody you want to get behind and support 100%. Not to mention, you can commission this guy for work. So have no doubt, have no fear. He will be on the Rad Show one of these Saturday nights. We are going to put him in the hot seat. I promise you that.
Yeah, that would be a great guest. I would love to have him on. But yeah, that's it for me. Any scale mail on your side? Anything on your bench?
You know what? The only thing I had, Pete, I can tell you, it's been a busy week. Carryall. During the week, my Monday through Friday, when I'm not digging graves and removing
Wrestling alligators
and taking out the trash, my serious side of me, the serious side is Carryall. We are constructing, processing, shipping, the whole magic behind the scenes of Carryall is a hard grind during the week. It's when we put our game face on. Bob, Mr. Bobby Lindquist from RC Garages has been a huge help, along with Headhunter RC, continues to be there for us in the background, helping us. One of the cool things that he was able to do, we're going to add these to the website, a larger scale sticker for your 1-to-1 car, in the back window or on the rear of the tailgate or something. They just look really, really sexy. He did them in a couple of different versions. We have our Bob guide, B-O-B, Bob We call him Bob. And then we got the Peter. You can be a big fan of the Skull can reference there with the straight classic RC scale can. And that is the size of your authentic 1-to-1 can. So we had some fun making some stickers. We've been doing some hard grind this week, Pete. We've been working on our base camp. When we get to an event, Carryall has always come up short with a display booth. And that's been the hard grind right now, is getting our display booth together. I have not released any early photos. I haven't disclosed anything. But I can tell you, with the hard work of Headhunter and Bobby, we've been grinding hard to get this thing done, and hopefully in time for Pete the Creek. That is our mission, to have it ready in time. Hopefully by the end of the month, it will be ready. The other thing I did today, Pete, was I went shopping for an addition. We are looking to expand Carryall headquarters. We are expanding our HQ to a larger area. Yeah. The business has picked up. We have outgrown our working space as it is. So I spent the morning after we went shopping for a bass guitar for my son. We went shopping to begin the expansion process of growing the headquarters. So that's been exciting.
Not what are you going to rent? Are you going to rent a place, or?
No, we're doing an addition here.
Oh, to the house.
Yeah, we're going to expand off of here. That way I'm not paying rent or anything. We're just going to expand. I've outgrown the working quarters as it is. It's time to, so.
The Willie Nelson shed.
Yeah. So you're going to hotbox back here. You spend the night here, you're going to be leaving singing a different tune. Spend the night here. Don't. I got vape pens and stuff heading everywhere. So listen, some say medicinal, some say recreational. It's medical use or recreational. Some say it's for both, but it's all about having fun. If you got gas, in the back of the line. Pete, it's been a great week. And I love to throw all this. It's that ADHD brain of mine that I love to just pile it on. I don't think I'm happy.
Everybody grinding all week. I always like to see the pictures that you send me of the boxes, and then the reason why I like to see that at the post office when you send those boxes, because it shows the growth, the organic growth of Carryall brand. And it's like every Friday for the last couple Fridays, you've been stacked, and
it's every day.
So it's been busy.
It is, and I'm thinking that's a perfect segue, Pete. Thank you for teeing that up for me, because I've taken a break from social media the last 2 weeks. I've just not even gone onto it, and the lesson learned here is, if you're trying to read between the lines and look for hidden messages in a post or understand what's going on. If you think, a company must be blowing up, I would get that message from everybody in the early days. Like, if we were posting a lot, oh, dude, you're blowing up. It's awesome to see you blowing up. I'm thinking, what are they talking about? They were referring to social media and seeing messages. So completely reverse that. If you're not seeing content being posted, it's because there's no freaking time to do it. Yeah. And that's just a cold, hard fact. When you're way too busy, you just don't got the time. Now, is that the proper way to run a business? Hell no. Do not take a page from my playbook. Follow Crawlers and Customs lead, and you should take a page from his playbook. That man hits the reels every day. RC Patina guy. These are the guys on the grind, killing it as a business owner and still slaying it on the social media side. So take a page out of their playbook. Don't follow my lead. I needed a 2-week decompression from social media, but I have been backlogging and storing all the content. So we'll be able to come up with it rapid fire, Pete. I got lots of box photos of us at the UPS dropping this stuff off. There's been no shortage of stuff going out. We did the ASD bag, and we also did a Tesla bag for one of the gentlemen that loved his Tesla so much. We did a custom Tesla bag. We'll share that image soon. And this week has been all about crawlers and customs. And that means next week it's all about Beat the Creek. So we are going to get our product out to Beat the Creek. We've got a couple of special edition Beat the Creek bags going down. And if you remember the artwork that we did for them last year, Pete, we took the barn and worked that into the X design along with the other part of the X with the creek. It ties the barn and the creek together. It's a perfect tribute bag and a great way to honor and sponsor that event. And we do have a show and shine coming up at the end of the month with one of the great sponsors of the Rat Show, RC Misfits, and Joey also owns Race Place too. He put together a great event in the month of April for, for those that remember the beginning of the show, it is Autism Awareness Month. This show and shine is the perfect opportunity for me to dust off some of these autism theme builds that I've done over the years. I'm going to be packing them all up and bringing them out to the show and shine and hopefully flexing the new Carryall portable base camp, portable display booth at that point. Pete, I hope we do get you down there.
It's gonna be a day trip. I mean, it's only an hour and 50 minutes. So I'll probably I'm most likely gonna make it.
I know it's being promoted as a show and shine, but don't let Joey fall asleep or try and trick you there. He's been spending some time over there at RC Misfits. If you're from the Philadelphia area, Joey's been putting some time into a little crawling area, like a competition crawling, man-made crawling area behind RC Misfits. So I'm excited to get back over to see Joey, see RC Misfits, and what he's been working on with his little crawling area. So I think it's a good idea for hobby shops to have something to bring people to your hobby shop. When Joey started, he was renting the place next door where he had the indoor track where they were ripping those. I saw RC Supremacy here earlier. They were ripping those little indoor mini Z's around in there for a while. So it's a good idea for a hobby shop to have something to attract the people. And once you get them there, once you pass the line, you hook them in, then you got a reason to, bring them in, and then they can buy up all your product, and then you can cash that, count that money and make it rain. Joey's killing it. RC Misfits, people, go check them out. So Pete, I hope we get you over there real soon. Be great to see you in person, and we just might be able to do the Rat Show live, maybe together and maybe live on site, possibly. People, who knows? We can give it a shot. I'd love to get J Teams. If we pulled that off, we could maybe get J Team, do an interview with him since he would be there. Kind of fun to try it that way. 3 people instead of being all this distance between us, get us all together.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to this month for a future show. So hang loose, hang tight. No shortage of things happening here, Pete. From Carryall to Rad, we've been busy. Your scale garage is looking great, dude. That video you shared earlier with Quint, great, good stuff.
Thanks. Yeah,
everybody out there killing it. There's lots of great content. And Scale Build, did you happen to see what he did? I don't know if you follow him at all.
No, I follow. I have it. What do you do?
Did you see that detailed little steering thing he did?
With the computers, or was that?
No, well, that's what Scale Build does. Yes, I know Crawlers and Custom. James, if you're here, James got something done from him recently. One of those dashboard scale colored video loops that he does. I got one of those in my Unimog and the Vanquish truck from that Scale Build guy. But no, Scale Build did a post earlier today that I saw with the front steering tie rod. It looks like it's got a shock, like a sway bar. No, I don't even know if that's what the correct term for it, but it's very detailed, ultra scale. It's something I've been trying to do for a long time.
Hydro Ram steering setup, Jeremy said.
Thank you, Jeremy. I was waiting for Addie's to slide in there. Jeremy, I know there's not a like button to pound, but bro, you gotta second this. It's pretty slick design that he came up with. I've been hoping for something like that for a long, long time. I know Axial's done some injection molded parts, and they've put out some scale looking things that you can hit with a silver Sharpie and detailed a little bit, but bravo to scale built.
That's good.
All right, Pete, this is when we got to wrap up the show. So,
all right,
do you have a plan here to try and get rid of this V2
let's
Smasher?
get the letter of the week.
Oh, crap. Pete, I'm sorry. One real quick. I have to do this. The thing I screwed up on. So the mats, Pete, this is the Radrcahow one. But what was new about this, it came with the clear.
You could write on it with a marker.
Bro, you can write on it with a marker and wipe it off. I am totally hooked.
Yeah. So that's the I have a couple of those. So
any more cow mats that I order that will be wet. In Philly, we say wit onions, wit cheese, wit. WIT. I want it with that clear protective lining. Yes, it's for dry erase, but I think there's got to be other uses to it, meaning it's got to make the mat more durable and give it a little bit more life.
Yeah, it's a nice. So when you buy the mats on CowRc, there's an option when you check out to add that protective filmware, dry erase markers. It was a genius idea, that's the prize for people that haven't seen this yet. So that's the prize for the letter of the week. So we're gonna ship out a CowRc rad themed set. So this week's letter is A as in apple. So Mike, what do you got? 4 letters. Is next week the end of the contest?
Yeah.
All right.
This
so
week's
if you don't know the letter of the week from the start, go back to April 1st show and watch, and you'll get the 3 letters. But today is A as in apple.
A as in apple, as in awesome, accomplish, amen, about, above, abs, air, acne, your anus, and Adidas. A as in all of the above. A. Letter of the week, A. Great job.
Mike, keep going while I get this queued up.
Roger that. I didn't write abs, anus, ass, acid. I'm writing out of 4-letter A words. But I will second what Peter started in the beginning of the show. I can't thank you all. We've tried to make the show interactive. We can share the people's comments up here. We're making this show for everyone. We want this to be a community to come out, hang out. We're going to throw dad jokes at you. We're going to educate you on this day with a little back history of what happened on that day. Try to throw these segments. The this and that segment has become a huge hit, a big part of the show. And again, thank you for hitting that 500 mark. I hope it doesn't stop. We want to continue to grow this platform and what we've been doing here and get some reach. But for doing it, we've got a V2. We got a smasher for you, a white one. From FMS's words, from their mouth to your ears, it is a white smasher. Oh, look at yours all hopped up there, Pete. Dude, look at that thing all trailed out. Oh, my gosh, bro.
Yeah. So one thing about the contest, one thing we learned today. So one thing about YouTube is everybody has a setting that allows them to have their subscriptions. There you go, V1, V2. Everybody has a setting, private or public. Now we have 503 subscribers, but if your YouTube account is set to private, we don't see it. So that being said, this contest is only going to be, I just counted it up, 164 subscribers. And this ain't the Rad Show, this is YouTube. So moving forward, future contests will be live just because we can't see private subscriptions.
So what do you think? Maybe Pete, you almost have to be present to win even?
Yes. Okay. Moving forward, we'll do live contests where you're present. We'll announce it that show if we're going to do a giveaway. Unfortunately, this is the only way we could do it. So
I like your executive decision this week, Pete, was very effective, and to the fact that we spent a year promoting it this way. When we spent a whole year saying when we hit the 500, I wanted to get a week out of promoting the giveaway this week. And Pete's like, nope, we hit the 500 mark. We need to stick to our guns. And I supported your decision 100%.
I appreciate
let
it.
it
I
rip.
was just excited about, reaching that milestone. And, I was bummed that you can't see all the subscriptions, but unfortunately, this is the way we got to run it. So it's going to be out of 164 that I can see. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do a random number generator. It's very simple, fair. Just bear with me here.
If you read my trailer, 500 subscriber giveaway. This has been running in the background of the Rad Show for the last year.
All right, you can see my
500
screen.
subscriber giveaway. Hang on, Pete. Let me change your overlay there for you, buddy. Let me get your back here. Boom. We're going to go down here to our backgrounds. We're going to hide that. There we go.
All right, here we go.
Let it rip.
Very simple.
Perfect.
So 130.
Oh, Pete, can you confirm, is this show streaming live to Instagram tonight?
Yes, it is.
So that's a freaking milestone, people. I wish we would have done a better job tonight making sure it was sharing from them platforms. But we are streaming alive across YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Fantastic.
All right, just give me 1 second.
Milestone.
Keep talking while I find the winner.
No problem. I just want to make sure we closed out with all of our different segments. We will continue to try and evolve the show each week the best we can. I always aim for a 1% increment, 1% improvement each week, and I knew we threw a lot at it. By coming over to StreamYard really made a difference, I think, for the way the production value of the show goes.
All right, we found a winner.
No way.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen one more time, just so it's fair. We'll have to contact this person because it doesn't look like he or she is on.
Okay.
So this is the back end of. You see my screen?
Yep.
So this is our winner, 130. Aftermath, Moto, and RC. So that is our winner right there.
Fantastic. So we will have to reach out to them, get their mailing information, and FMS will direct mail it right from their area.
Yep.
They'll distribute it right from them right to you guys. So thank you again to FMS for supporting the Rad Show from day one. They've had our back. Rccaraction. Now Element has come on board to be our title sponsor. I mean, that was a milestone and an achievement, and we can't thank Element enough for being here every week and helping us grow the show. And I know from the talks we've been having with the guys over at Element, as we get through the year, as 2023 progresses, there will be a lot more to come with the Rad Show and what our plans are with Element. So again, thank you to those guys over there for supporting us in our infant stages. I know all these other brands want to keep jumping on as we keep getting bigger, Pete, but it's the ones that stuck with us from the beginning that,
Did we lose you? I think we lost them. Bear with me here.
Okay.
You back?
Yep.
You froze. Oh, there you are. You froze
Sorry.
up.
Was it me it froze? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got big plans for me this week. It's canceling Comcast. I'm getting a whole new redo here with Wi-Fi and new internet and all kinds of stuff. And maybe even a new computer if I have to. But we're going to make the Rad Show run seamlessly. And sometimes it takes good hardware. I laugh at the people that say that they can do a show each week. Bro, they don't understand the amount of work that goes into a show like this throughout the week, and then the amount of hardware and financial investment that it takes to make this stuff happen. Big
well,
and out there.
And like you said, it's a good point. There's a lot of preparation. Like Mike and I work throughout the week. We have a shared file that we collaborate ideas with. So there's a lot of prep work during the week. Then there's the promotion, right? Then there's the Facebook, the Instagram, and so it is It is a lot, but this is what we're passionate about. Bringing RC to the community, and bringing the best guests forward. And like Mike said, another way to win this super rad, no pun intended, CowRc mat. Next week, Mike, we're gonna give the final letter, and whoever tunes in next week, we're mailing you out a rad CowRc with the dry erase protective film on it. So
That's simple.
easy contest to win. You just have to go back starting on April 1st and watch every episode and get the letters. Today was A, and then next week will be the last one, and then somebody wins live.
And then the
That's how we're
last
gonna-
requirement, Pete, is they must be subscribed. That's it.
Correct.
No
So,
simpler than that.
and then speaking of the next milestone, obviously we talked with CowRc. We have a lot in the pipeline as far as we still got the garages to give away. 1,000, we're going to do something special. We talked to CowRc, make it possible. This was thrown around. A whole workbench makeover was an idea. So more to come on that. I mean, I know 1,000 is going to take a while, but I'm happy, Mike. That was a big
Absolutely.
milestone for us. And like Richard Lutz said, he wrestles alligators, digs holes, and he just likes to have fun. Keep the hobby fun, man. Take it from him.
Take a page from his playbook, man. I love it. Bravo. What a great freaking show. Love it, Pete.
All right, let's get
All
the
right. Close out the
video.
overlay, and yep, I'm gonna get rid of the overlay on that, bam, and I'm
I look
going.
forward to the recap tomorrow, and share the channel, and we'll see you guys next week. We'll end with the closing.
Perfect.